Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Viewer discretion is advised.
We move on now to the severe storm threat at this hour. More than 100 million people across the Midwest and Northeast under alerts for dangerous thunderstorms, destructive winds, and flooding. The system is expected to move into the Northeast by Friday. Lee Goldberg is standing by with the forecast.
Shalom, beloved brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike. Welcome. Thank you for being here. It is good to be here. We are going to go into this such trouble, and indeed today is Noga, June 11th, 2026. Before we proceed into this, I would like to ask everyone to keep the beloved brother Big Judah in your prayers, okay? He is currently in the hospital right now. His family and him sent life, healing, love unto the brother, okay? This happened, I believe, a couple of days ago. He posted something about it on his channel. Let me see if I can get his channel right there, because YouTube, of course, YouTube is hiding what the brother is doing, okay? So if you go to post, he has this post right there. All right, 7 hours ago, that was on Thursday, which is when I recorded this, okay? Please send some prayers up for me and my family. I am currently in the hospital. That's why you haven't heard from me in a couple of days. I ask for the prayers from our awakened family. Thank you and much love to all. All right, so there's a lot of people in there that already sent prayers, okay? And Brother Slide and Yolanda, Sister Dina, and all the people were already here. So I'm asking the beloved that are awakened to pray for our beloved brothers, okay? In this video, beloved, we are going to witness the tornadoes, the floods, the weather, plague number 10. We talked about this before with the loud boom last week. You can watch the video from that. And you're going to see the airplane. They can't even take off right now. Something happening to the Dominican Republic a couple of days ago. A sister that live over there, she sent me the video, and I was, beloved, trust me, I was shocked. And when I see this brand new jet, something happened, and you have a couple of people that are going into the ocean, and they say it was a shark attack. But when you look at those attacks, beloved, this could not be a shark. Yay, they show a picture of a shark, but the attack doesn't make any sense. So let us go into these videos, and of course we are going to dissect them through the eyes of the Holy Spirit.
ABC's Alex Perez reports from Chicago tonight.
Tonight, 100 million Americans in the storm zone facing torrential rain, howling straight-line winds.
Yo, check this out.
And tornadoes as violent supercells fire up in the heartland for the fourth night in a row.
So this is in June. We are in June, beloved. This isn't something that is normal. Those, what they are telling you are storms, are actually freaking hurricane. Because they are on land, they do not bear the name hurricane. They call them storm or whatever. If they were over the sea, they would have called them hurricane. If they were in the Pacific, they would have called them typhoon. If they were in the Caribbean, they would have called them cyclone. And the word hurricane strike the most terror in people's heart because of Katrina and things like that. But those are hurricanes. All right? Tornadoes strike as 100 million under alert. 200,000 without power, major flight cancellations. Of course, they took this opportunity to say, hey, because there's a bad weather, all plane around the world cannot fly. Okay, yeah, whatever, man. Whatever you want to say.
A wall of storms bearing down on Chicago late today. This dashcam video showing the destructive power of straight-line winds northwest of Milwaukee. Our Madison, Wisconsin affiliate warning viewers.
This is not, again, your run-of-the-mill severe thunderstorm. We're talking wind gusts at least of 60 to 70 miles per hour.
Thousands in the Twin Cities area losing power after storms brought trees down onto houses.
It was a downpour. And then I heard the crash.
Northwest of Flint.
Her name is Mary Solak. Solak, as in Soleil or Sol or Shemesh or Solar, the sun. We know what Mary is, you know. Well, let's go into her name and see what's going on. What does the name Mary means? Saying this, okay.
Mary.
The name Mary is primarily a female given name of Hebrew origin that translated to beloved, star of the sea, or bitterness. Okay, so the name Mary means beloved. And I know growing up in a different culture, there are men that I know, their name have Mary in it. There's a fellow I grew up with, his name is John Mary. You know, his name is John Mary, or Jean Mary, or Jean-Marie. You know, Jean-Marie is pretty common. It's because Mary was the mother of John, or Jean, which was the brother of Yahushua, and things like that. So that's the thing, you know. Mary means beloved. Okay. What does the name Solak mean? No, not Solak, but Solak. Not Solak. Whoops. See, Solak with an O, and it could be a K or a C, but since he had a C at the end, let's put it there. Okay, Solak or Solas, comfort. All right. The name Solak or Solas means comfort, consolation, or relief in time of distress. So her name, okay, with Solak, which we'll say Solas, which means the beloved comforter. Okay, who is the beloved comforter? Who is the beloved comforter that have all the flowers around her neck, so to speak? In the good book it mentioned, he shall send you the comforter, the sweet beloved comforter, the consolator, consolation, the comforter. Put it in the comment board and also in the chat play for the people to know who this video is talking about here. Who's doing this? Who's causing these storms?
The crash.
Northwest of Flint, an EF1 tornado, a football field wide with winds of 90 miles an hour, cut a nearly mile-and-a-half path through Freeland, Michigan, tossing trailers and damaging as many as 40 homes. And Lindsay, our crew was right here when those powerful winds blew through the area and snapped this massive tree branch just a short time ago. Now for Chicago and much of the Midwest, it's a 1-2 punch. Severe weather tonight and more expected again tomorrow. Lindsay?
Already so much devastation there. Alex, thank you. Let's get right to ABC senior meteorologist Lee Goldberg. Lee, what are you expecting?
Lindsay, violent storms across the...
Mr. Lee Goldberg, and we know the name Berg mean mountain, so his name Gold mean mountain of, well, Goldberg, mountain of gold. What does the name Lee means? What does the name Lee means? Okay, well, I'll put it over there. The name is of British origin, and it means pasture, meadow. To help instill baby with appreciation of the world around him. Pasture. Boy, let me see. Pasture. This describes a meadow, like a giant golden mountain and a beautiful pasture. Another word, the blessing. Another word, a peaceful place, a safe place, a safe haven. The other word for a safe haven for the Israelites, and put it in the comment bird for those of you who know the proper name. Back doing, people always say, like, oh, well, during the 400 years with the Moses. No, it was like 430 years during the Moses thing. There's a proper name for this. So this gentleman named here, Mr. Lee Goldberg, let me see here, right there. Sound ish. Most likely he is ish. So let's keep on moving.
The Midwest tonight, we had a squall line, damaging one go through Chicago. We had storms near Green Bay, but by far the strongest storms, tornadoes reported near southern Iowa and northern Missouri. We have a tornado watch there. It was expanded into Illinois as well. Severe thunderstorm watches stretch from Minnesota to Milwaukee to Chicago. The severe weather threat, it's really the same tomorrow for many areas, although you can
again, beloved, this is the Midwest. They're talking about Minneapolis and Kansas City, Springfield, Oklahoma City, and go out towards Detroit and Grand Rapids. This is not a typical place that should receive this type of weather, this time of the year. Okay, this is severe right there, man, which shows you, of course, then again, those people are not in control of the weather. We shut down this garbage years ago. Okay, we shut it down years ago. I don't want anybody to come over here and telling me that the Gentiles have power to control the weather and that you're using the weather to destroy themselves, to destroy their millionaire and billionaire places. Or certain demographic are quite predominant. So yeah, they are not doing this. All right, okay, so we have here large hail, damaging wind. And again, if you go to the 10 plagues of the apocalypse of Abraham, if you go plague number 6 right here, it says, there we go. Come on, you 6 son of a... increase of hail and snow. All right? So, let's keep on moving.
The Southern Baptist Convention overwhelmingly voted today to advance a constitutional amendment that would formally ban women from serving as pastors. Southern Baptists are the largest Protestant denomination in the country, and its leaders are now sending a clear message. Only men should lead congregations. So joining us now is Reverend Dr. Meredith Stone, the Executive Director for Baptist Women in Ministry. Thank you for joining us tonight, Reverend. So what was your reaction when you saw this vote happen?
It's so disappointing that Southern Baptists continue to prioritize limiting women's roles in ministry when there are so many other things which are worthy of attention. As they continue to have these votes surrounding women in ministry, it communicates to millions of women and girls within the Southern Baptist Convention that their value to the church is limited.
So this is what 83 is reverted back to do so, because, and you see this, it's quite prevalent in the camp also. They use the verse that say the woman shall not speak in the church. If she needs something, she must ask her husband. They took this ish literally, when in fact this was not talking about men and women at all. When Paul, or whatever that apostle was speaking, or prophet, he was using a metaphor speaking about the Gentiles and the in us. That's why it says the head of the man is Christ. The head of Christ is the Holy One, and we are the head of the husband is the head of the woman. That has nothing to do with men and women. I explained this years ago. A lot of backlash, mainly from women. That the backlash you're going to see will be always coming from women. Tell you the truth, most men don't care about that thing unless if they are cowboy. The cowboy men will come, but 90% of the backlash, anytime I speak about things like that or marriage, 90%, even when it comes to marriage, 99% are women that come after me and say, oh, you're blaspheming this or blaspheming that, because they were raised and things like that. When they said the head of the man is Christ, the head of Christ is the Most High God Almighty, and the head of the woman is her husband. No, they are talking about like the mighty one indeed, and the Holy Spirit, Holy Spirit, which is in one, is the one that gave us the knowledge. And we are the husband. Whether if we are men, women, male, female, we are the representation of the husband. We teach the wife, and if she needs something, she can't come in the church and teach us, because she indeed is the representation of the Gentiles, so to speak. They will come and ask us. They cannot. When we let the women come and took over our church, look what they did. In other words, when we let the so-called Gentiles get to our church, look what they did. They destroy pretty much everything. When we let Lamech of Cain have access to the lower priesthood, look what it did. From the Catholic Church. And the first thing the Catholic Church did, they eliminate women. They eliminate the feminine. They know the Holy Spirit is a she, the feminine vibration. They eliminate that. And that's why you see all those camp, they have nothing but rage and a lot of sexual energy that are backed up as frustration. Because they think this thing is actually about women and men. Why do you think there are so many men out there online angry at women? Most of those dudes, they never get into any dating and stuff. They watch videos, see a couple of dudes. Like I said, most of those dudes, whether they are high value men or not, they are cowboy. Not even closeted cowboy. No actual cowboy. They don't wear the hat, but they got the badge and that boot with the spurs. Yeah. So those dudes over there, those Southern Baptists, that's what they're reverted to, because now they cannot bully our people to pray for them. Okay, so they now, okay, well, things effed up. The women did this. And you'll see this in a certain community that are emulating those dudes, blaming women and children for everything that's going on in the world. Those are the weak men. Well, they're not men anymore. Those are the weak fellows. And we need them out there to make the contrast, say, hey, them, hey, that. I can guarantee you, after this video is done, go watch the comment. It will always be a woman coming over there and defend those men. I'll guarantee you, I don't delete comments anymore. I don't do that anymore. Back then, I used to delete in black people. I don't now, because the time for that is long gone. Let's keep on moving.
And we want to make sure that those women know that they are not limited in their calling, that God does value them equally, and that God calls women to pastor, preach, and minister.
Well, that's what happened. Your men took out the book of Mary of Magdalene. Okay? Magdalena? Mary of Magdalene. There we go. So, a woman who, according to the four canonical gospel, traveled with Jesus as one of his followers and was a witness to his crucifixion and resurrection. She was not a woman, okay? And in English is a Mary of Magdala, because there is so many Mary back then, because the name Mary means beloved. Just like when we speak today, we say, hey, beloved brother, beloved sister. Technically, we are saying, hey, Mary brother, Mary sister. Oh, hey, Mary brother, Big Judah, Mary sister, Solas, or sister Sarah, sister Mary, sister Lisa. Because in Haitian culture, all the women, whether they don't write it down and stuff, all the women have Mary in front of the name. All the men have Jean or Jean. Okay, we explained this. If your name is, let's say, Sophia, your name will be Marie Sophia William. If your name is Portia, your name will be Marie Portia Peter or William or whatever. Now, if you're a man, your name would be Jean or John or Jean. Okay, Jean Peterson, whatever last name. Okay, your name is William. Your name will be Jean William, and they'll know you from that tribe. Okay, there's so many Magdalene in there. Okay, so many Mary. So they are one of the Mary come from the city Magdalene or Magdalena. So she wasn't just some woman. She was one among of all the women that were, very fond of the brother. There are passages that written in the good book where, right in front of everyone, if you know, you know, she used her hair and washed the feet of the Holy One. She cried with her tears. Many people don't know what that means. They put things literally, when in fact this is a form of affection. That's why the other guys they were so angry. They're like, how could you let this do to you? She did it with everybody. Don't you know this woman? She's a whore. She's a massive whore. The term whore back then was referred to a man or a woman. Oh, excuse me. A whore was, I'll retract that. Mea culpa. What I meant to say is the term whore was referred to a woman that have multiple gods. An adulterer, an adulteress is a man or a woman that love to worship multiple gods. Okay? Let's keep on moving. What the hell? What's going on here? That thing was supposed to play. Oh, well, then let's play this one. Let's see. Oh, all right. Got it. I know what happened here. Okay. Study to show thyself approved unto the Holy One.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
The Holy Spirit, our Mother herself, is in the midst of our class, teaching, showing, and reasoning with us. Come and study with us. Magic, psychology, technology, economy, art. Download our monthly Word of Power, secret and powerful prayers. Join today as a tier. Student. Gravis. And better yet, Intra Templum. We must not cast our pearls before swine. The link is in the description. Join us today. Great glory! All right, study with us to show thyself approved. Okay, to our Patreon. Then again, Mary Magdalene, she has a book. She wrote book. They mess up that book, man. It's in the pseudepigrapha, okay, the big pseudepigrapha, the book of Mary of Magdalene. There are many Mary that wrote book. Mary, mother of Jesus, wrote many books, but they took them out. That's what you guys did. That's what you guys do. You turn the Holy Spirit into a he. You remove the women by the side of the men. You put a bunch of other dudes there. That's why you're able to do the lewdness. You know, one dude and another dude and shooting and shagging another dude from the back door. A dude digging on another dude and ride him like a mechanical bull. Where is Little Nas X when you needed him? That's what you guys do. It's a law in the Catholic Church to do these things. And you folks carry this issue because the Greek, the woman, this is the culture. There's nothing we can say about this because that's what you guys do. You were given the lower priesthood to practice, and this is your practice. This is your culture. This is your way of doing your custom, my good sir. You know, shadow another dude, whether with or without his consent. And start galloping the fellow upon this meadow, upon this golden mountain, and that dead wood. It's just rain and that wood is muddy. Alright, yeah, well, then let's move it, man.
How many female pastors are there?
Right now, there are no senior pastors that I know of. However, there are many hundreds of women who are serving as associate pastors, children's pastors, youth pastors, missions pastors. And what this provision does is that it becomes even more strict in its restrictions against women serving in ministry. So if women were to simply stand behind the pulpit and exposit scripture in any way, whether it's a sermon or not, this provision could be interpreted as that church needs to be disfellowshipped. Further, any pastoral function is indicated in the amendment. If a woman were to make a pastoral visit to the hospital, that may also be something that would be considered out of bounds for the convention.
And this is what you guys do, okay? Man, it's just like you gotta look in those people's eyes. You know, see, this one is slitted right here. Now, this one kind of like doing the effort to stay normal. Where are my conspiracy theories fellows? I need my fellow in the comment board. Sometimes I give those guys permission to come up with the whole reptilian thing and stuff like that, you know, make people afraid and stuff like that. Look at that left eye right there. You know, and stuff. But yes. All right, let's give one more.
What do you think is driving this decision?
In my opinion, Perry, and this has all been going on for about 4 or 5 years, this desperate need to solve what has been created to be the women pastor problem. And when we look back to 4 or 5 years ago, what was happening was a increase of light on the sexual abuse crisis within the Southern Baptist Convention. The Guidepost report came out. We saw that there were hundreds of pastors and ministers who had committed sexual abuse. And the convention had been covering that up to some extent.
And here's the thing. This is part of your lewdness. Those guys don't actually ask the women. And when the women finally give unto them, like, consensually, it's nothing but backdoor entry. That's all. There's a young woman, I would say her name, her first name. And her last name. Her name is Sapphire H. If you know her, you know her. I'm not gonna say the full name. She have a performing stage name. Her name is Sapphire H. So Miss H used to be in a certain business of letting the bakery door unlock, and most of the time the bakery doesn't even have a door. You're passing there, wide open. As you can swipe your cards and stuff. Hey, grab anything in there, and then you eat. But the issue she doesn't like, she let the front door open. She doesn't like people kicking that back door, ramming the back door, and try to get in. Door battery ram. There we go. That's what that is. Well, that's exactly what I mean. I don't know why. Oh, yes. Door battering ram. There you go. All right. Let's see what's going on here. Is that YouTube? Whoops. Is that YouTube right here? All right, let's watch this video right quick to make my point.
Hey guys, Marcos Capsalis with Rapid Assault Tools. I'm going over our battering rams here. This little guy here is our 23-pound mini ram. The composite head and steel core body, composite wrapping. Big brother to it is a 35-pound mega ram. The composite shell and composite head. And this small guy here packs a punch, is our 35-pounder. Steel core body, composite head. All three of them, as you can see, all have the same Kevlar reinforced flex handles. And that's what makes up our battering ram line.
Okay, because the back door is not meant to be open like that, if I may say so, and I don't want to go too deep into this. Now, Miss H is doing this thing, she's receiving a few flowers, and she was making flowers and things, and many of the men, especially a certain men that lack a certain stuff in their skin, that, the sun killing their asses, now, those men requested her to do certain scene, with the back door, and so there's things like that. She's like, no, I don't do that. And there was another young woman online a couple of years ago, 2012, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody researched. Wait, no, don't go research those people. Okay, do not go research those people. I don't want nobody calling me the Big Levi because of what you said. Now, my husband has certain stuff in his computer, and I found certain proof, and I don't know he was into this thing, and because of what you said. No, dude, hey, man, yo. I guess I'm calling you a phony hush like that, Big Levi, man. Now I'm addicted to this thing because you mentioned that name and I wouldn't do the research. You say, go ahead and do the research. I didn't tell you go look anybody up, friend. One of those girls that used to get involved with such métier, and she got involved, and they were pushing her to do back stuff, which they pay more. Some women don't care as long as they paid. But most women don't want to do this. It's something like, yo, this is not, don't get me wrong. There are women out there that love this thing and that's all they do. I don't blame them, okay? This is what they do. That's what they do. This is who they are. Now, that young woman they were putting so much pressure on her to get this thing done. She went out there, she said she'll never get a scene with one of them dudes that like the back door because they are cowboy and they carry the package. They live with this package. And then that was during the Obama era. Woo, especially black men. They went after this woman. Oh my God. They cyberbullied this woman so bad that she dialed 988. So a lot of the women in that industry can tell you this isn't something that is, first of all the OGs out there know this thing wasn't common. It wasn't something that you see right now, just like you see stepson, step whatever, because that's the lewdness of Cain. Do it with your mother, but don't put mother in there. Just put step in front of it. One step closer to that real mother. They'll know what you mean. Or the Canaanite out there know when you're talking about a stepdaughter, you actually mean your own freaking biological daughter. That's what that is. When you're talking about your stepson shagging the fellow, bring the back door of your own son. But that's what that is. Okay? So when they actually give unto those guys, they don't like, the front door is only for if they want children, okay? Which now they don't want. There's a huge trend out there, especially there's a specific group of men that are holding this flag against that. Well, not against it, for it, but against children and stuff. Unless if they want the children, and then they will focus, in the back door when the arrival about to come and the arrival is about to, when the airplane is about to land it for the arrival, and then they put it on the front door and then things like that. But what I'm telling you, those are things that are written in books. We got sheriff that written those books and tell you that's the practice of those men, the Catholic Church, the Protestant Church, and all those Christian backwarded church. That's what those guys do. They will assault. And when you study the so-called nuns or women in general, if you take a bunch of women, you put them in a place by themselves, and then you say, oh, well, I put you guys here to pray and do stuff and things. They are human beings. They have needs. You put any man there, no matter the man, whether he was short, tall, ugly, or whatever. He's a man, he got a third leg, they will use that. And it is not something like they will just, oh, he assaulted us. No, they will literally go ahead and give unto this man. If you were from different culture and you go to catechism, it's the one thing. Catechism, or in French it's a catechism, is a summary of exposition of religious doctrine, typically used as an instructional guide for teaching the fundamental belief of a faith. Well, there you go. I'll put it in there. What the hell? Here we go. No, it was good. You can say catechism or catechism. Catechism of the Catholic Church, my good sir. Okay, this is like when you are, when you're going for your first communion, you have to go onto this, and the priest will teach you everything, all the lies and stuff like that. And the girls, they will go for the women, and there are places where they have nuns in there. Okay, we talk about this where you will spend, if you try to, I told this story, I'm not gonna go too deep into it, where there are a place that there is like barely a wall that separated the men and the women. The men are learning to be priests, and the women are learning to be priests. And when this thing started, the men said, okay, well, those are nuns, and they are, next to us, so what the hell? And the other men say, well, just don't do anything with them. The guy said, that's impossible. He said, well, you cannot do anything with women at all. I said, no, that's, what are you talking about? You are going against God. You can't tell a man or women not to get busy, because this is a natural process. The only way for a man not to get busy with a woman is to cut off his third leg. Even that, you might go ahead and cut off his tongue and glue and seal his mouth and cut off his fingers. You might get rid of this man, because he will get, things will be done out there, man. What you think the man only needed his third leg to get this job done? There are many other, but anyway, the point is, the other guy said, okay, well, we will separate it from those strict Orthodox priests over there. Will be the priests that have wives. Okay, the word Levites or the word nun, the Levites were the nuns. They, the Levi priests, they have many wives. This was not an issue. That's like saying construction workers cannot have wives, because the construction is a job for men, or mainly a main job, and they cannot do this. And you pass a law, say, if you're a construction worker, or you work in anywhere construction, whether you were the engineer, civil engineer, the architect, or whatever, or you go install roof, you can't have women, you can't have a wife, because it's against the rule. Like, whoa, no, what the hell? No, there's no job out there that require this, but you guys did. You eliminate the women, and then you have things like that happen. When those men have real urges and they realize that those words that they put in the Bible or whatever, it's not holding up, and then they go straight from the back door.
Extent, or at least that is what the report indicated. And so as convention leaders were in the position of being the enemy, I believe that they shifted attention to create the face of the enemy on women in ministry. These women who are faithfully following God's call, simply sharing the love of Jesus, and they are being called evil and being called...
That's not the only love they are sharing out there, Mrs. What's her name again? What's that woman's name? They should have put her name there. They didn't put Reverend Meredith Stone. Oh, good grief. Her last name is Stone? You mean Sir Stone? That guy that like to come here, please don't be related to that scumbag. Miss Meredith, are you related to Sir Stone? Oh, good grief. Reverend Dr. Meredith Stone. That's bad. If you related to the fellow, that's bad. Sir Stone is into this hash, He was accused of doing certain stuff, grabbing the women. Well, at least he was grabbing women. People think this is the wrong thing. No, it's not wrong. It's actually right for those people. That's what they do. When you have a bunch of men and women in a place, you cannot expect them to behave like, saint. It won't happen. It never did. You do know, when you read the good book, Yahushua, our beloved brother, he could not go anywhere. He was the Michael Jackson of his time. He had to wait until everybody fall asleep, and then he come out of the tree. He will hide upon trees and stay there, okay? Like a leopard, blending there. And then when everybody go to sleep, he will go down, he will go to a place alone, like, oof, finally, man, I got like 10 minutes on myself. Let me meditate for 10 minutes. And then the other 10 minutes, he just whistle. And then Mary Magdala just, know what that whistle mean. And she went over there and assist the brother in another type of prayer. All those things are recorded. Okay, in the Library of Congress, and the library, and La République. Oh, no, wait, no, French library. It's there. Those things are there. Not for the average Joe, but it is there. All right, so yeah, sharing the love of Jesus and saying, that's not the whole thing you people were sharing in there. There are other stuff that you women were sharing in that church that if the man caught it, he can't get rid of it. All right, let's get one more.
What's been the response from church members?
We have had many people reaching out to us in the last couple of weeks.
Okay, see what they did here? They put a black hand there. You know, black people, this is your fault. You need to come out there and deal with this. All right, let's move to the next question. But the next, I was supposed to play this in the beginning. I don't know why he doesn't want to play. There we go. Happy Jubilee is our new album. It is available now on iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, and any streaming service. You can also watch the music video on our YouTube channel. The link is in the description, and the QR code is at the end of this video. Listen to music that raises your vibration, music in harmony with your peace, music that brings true happiness. The album is by your beloved brother Big Levi. Download it now. Let the music help you reach a higher vibration and a positive frequency. Great glory! Great glory indeed. Get our album, beloved, and well, that's one way to get it. Listen to music and support. You like the work, support. You don't actually need to listen to this type of music, but you support. You don't actually read this type of book, you support. You don't actually attend the class, but you sign up, you support. This helps us go a long way, all right? This H that we are doing here for years, it's not easy. While I'm saying this, beloved, go to the beloved brother Big Judah, pray for the brother. He's in the hospital right now. He's asking for prayer, and go support. He needs it. They need your prayer. They need everything. You must support. You must pray, send light, healing unto the brother, positive thought, access the ley line, light the candle, pray, supercharge a candle. You have the book. You know how to supercharge a candle. Send it over there. Send the healing through the brother. Let it go all the way down for the beloved brother. And then so the brother may be healed and come back and start doing the video, okay? We probably going to go live. Oh, boy. Well, this is... probably we already went live for tomorrow. I'm not quite sure. After this live, we might go live to pray for the brother, okay? Let's keep on moving.
As this was made public, but especially today, women who are feeling the weight of this amendment on them and their churches, the conflict that it will cause. I had one woman reach out to me today who is licensed in a Southern Baptist church, and she has a job lined up. And when this passed today, all of that came into question for her. And now she feels as if her future is uncertain. And she's just one story of many of the women who are feeling this weight.
So I just want to make sure I get the steps of this down. So a second vote is needed for this amendment to be formally included in the Constitution, right?
That's correct. For a change to the governing documents, there has to be two successive votes of a 2/3.
Get into the politics, but you know, you people ask for this issue, vote for that issue, you know. You guys asked for this, you know. Yeah, that's what you guys did. You asked for this issue.
Majority.
If this goes through, what's your future in the church?
Right now, I am serving in a Baptist church that is not Southern Baptist. And there are many Baptist churches that are not Southern Baptist where women are welcome. We do see many women that choose to leave and go to other Baptist denominations or other denominations. But others choose to stay because it is their faith home. It's the place where they heard God call them and where they want to live that call out.
Oh, boy. Anyway, this thing was not for you people anyway, and I don't know what you guys are doing, but this is your hish, man. You know, you guys are going under, and then you're doing this stuff, you know, claiming that you know all this good stuff, but you know, whatever you people are doing, man. Let's keep on moving, beloved, okay?
The dangerous conditions along our coast and a recovery effort underway tonight for a little girl pulled out to sea.
CBS LA's Nicole Comstock is live in Laguna Beach, where that strong surf is still pounding the SoCal coastline. Nicole.
That's right. And you know, the Aliso Beach parking lot here is still closed to the public tonight, as at times that high surf continues to overtake the sand and flood into some of the parking spaces behind us here. Now, even so, many families still brought their kids out here today to play in the water as the search continues for this missing 5-year-old girl. Tonight, the U.S. Coast Guard is continuing their search for a 5-year-old little girl who was swept out to sea near Treasure Island in Laguna Beach. And while many are praying for a miracle, she's been missing now for over 24 hours.
Definitely my heart goes out to the family in a very big way. You got to be very careful.
I am personally scared of waves.
Families experiencing the still very strong swells here today say it hurts to even think about that little girl. She was walking with her mom and brother on the sand here Tuesday night, reportedly at a good distance away from the water, when a powerful wave reached them and pulled them all into the ocean. A Good Samaritan rescued the mother and her son, but was unable to find the little girl.
And you see how fast that water comes in and how far it comes into the shore.
Beloved, I spoke about this multiple times. I had many opportunities to be upon the sea. And what I saw there in the middle of the night, I went out and I looked down, and lo, there was the magnificent sea. In the pitch of darkness, and I look at her. I look at the vast distance where there is no land, no light. The only light that came in was from the boat or the ship itself. And when I gaze into the mighty sea, a word or some kind of whisper into my deep soul, feel it in my bone. This thing says, she is unforgiven. The sea is a terrible place to be. The sea, the ocean, is not a place you want to go and F with. Just like a person, it has a mood, a form of emotion, some sort of temperament. Sometimes the sea herself is very calm, very serene, and beautiful. Likewise, there are certain times it's quite the opposite. And when it is in this condition that we just witnessed here, personally, I would not advise anyone to go nowhere near it. Because whether you are a chosen or doomed, she's unforgiven. She doesn't care about that. The ocean, the wave, the sea is magnificent, beautiful. The inhabitant of the sea, as we know them over here, as the Undine. Okay, well, not Indian, but Undine. There you go. No, not ending. Undine. There you go. So, as we know them as the Undines, the inhabitant of the sea. Let's take a proper picture. Okay, this one's come close enough. The inhabitant of the sea, they are very beautiful and extremely erratic. Men or the men, women can go there and then, they won't do anything to women because, well, they are female themselves. But any man, whether you are, well, Big Levi, this fellow over there, what about the guy that wear the cowboy hat and, you know, wear the boots and stuff? It won't work because you have the positive frequency and they have the negative frequency. They are attracted to that. They will take you. Not to harm you, but to make you fall in love with them to such a degree that they own your soul. They fell in love, well, you fell in love with them to such a degree that you don't want to leave and you become their servant. And they will give you, you don't have to ask. They will just come and give you this thing. And they don't look actually, some of them, most of them don't have this, you know, tail thing going on. Just like they depict this woman on the rock and sitting and singing like that. According to our studies, I mean, to many people, it's fairy tale, but those Seychelles are actually real, son. They are the inhabitant of the sea, the inhabitant of the water element. Without them, if you kill all of them, which you can't, you won't have any water. If the salamanders do not exist, you can have fire. Okay, so the inhabitant, they are extremely erratic, extremely sensual, and they will offer you, they will not even offer you bakery, they will give you this bakery, they will force that thing upon you, and you have to get the volition to refuse it. 99% of the time, they will not harm you. Sometimes you will meet one rude one, okay, one very rude one that want to be rude to you and stuff like that, but they are very nice, peaceful. Well, at least the one that we have experience with. So it is good, but at a certain time you could meet that 99%, that excuse me, not 99%, this 0.1%. They have the trailer called Undine. I never know this. I don't want to play it. Let me stop it. Let me stop it right there. When that thing came out, 5 years ago, huh? Came in 2021. And they actually don't swim like this, or, you know, they force swim, things like that. Those things are like, they swim like lightning. They're super fast. You know, there are all sort of, you know, version of them out there. Anyway, mama, let's keep on moving to this. Be very careful concerning the sea. She doesn't care. She just demands respect. Tessa Ballard.
And how quickly it can get swept away, for sure.
There was a high surf advisory in effect last night across a big stretch of the Southern California coastline. City officials and the National Weather Service warned people about massive waves and dangerously strong rip currents.
My wife and I were just talking about it. It'd be hard to let them kind of anywhere near that water.
The little girl's heartbroken family members held each other in the parking lot today as they waited for any update from search teams.
We're going to see big waves probably all the way through the weekend. We're keeping an eye on the king tide.
In the meantime, local lifeguard towers have extra staffing. They're warning people of the potential danger for those wading into the water and even the crowds gathering to watch from the sand.
As a reminder, it's always the best idea to check the surf conditions before you get to the beach. You can always do so easily just by going online, but even if you don't do that beforehand, you can simply walk up to a lifeguard at the beach and have a conversation with them, and they are always more than happy to educate families about whether or not it may be dangerous for them to be out here. Reporting live in Laguna Beach, Nicole Comstock, CBS LA.
Nicole, thank you. And
all right then. The little girl, she swept into the sea, and they never see her again. Okay, that's most of the time, you know, if you go talk to them, you say return this girl, which is not their fault. You know, they will return it. Now it will depend on the situation. They return it, and above all the condition. But nonetheless, beloved, let's keep on moving. Okay.
Now on to at 6, record piles of seaweed stacking up along the South Florida coastline. The smell is strong, and boy, it's hard to ignore, and beachgoers say it is changing their plans.
CBS News Miami's Joan Murray is your reporter live in Fort Lauderdale. Joan, crews clear it, but it keeps coming back.
Yeah, it's a vicious cycle. Anytime you've been out to the beach lately, this is what you've seen. It's hard to walk in. It smells really bad. Take a look behind me. We are on Fort Lauderdale Beach, and this is the picture. Every day people are being confronted with it. I talked to so many people today who were here visiting. Even locals say they just cannot stand it.
It's kind of like a musty, rotty smell.
It's smelly, it's unsightly, it's seaweed. From Chopper 4, you can see a straight line up and down the South Florida coast.
People don't really want to go in the water. They asking us, like we're the experts, like, hey, do you know when it's going to stop or when it's going to go away?
Trish Curran, visiting from Austin, Texas, said it's night and day from their December visit.
And saw how bad it was. My husband doesn't want to even come to the beach.
This is how bad it's looked on Pompano Beach, though beach rakers are out every day.
The issue we have is that we can clear it, but every 12 hours, it's back again.
Pompano Commissioner Audrey Fezzik is hearing the complaints. Beach rakers bury the seaweed, but that leads to a rotting stench lasting for days.
Not smell the best, let's be honest, but it is something that is a temporary solution.
So, here's the thing. This stuff, being down there in Fort Lauderdale, those people are tourists. Okay, they don't live here. Most residents of Fort Lauderdale, they don't go to the beach as a regular thing, and they don't go downtown and stuff like that. That was something that was done in the 50s. You know, when we just move into the city, you want to go there and do that. But you've been there, you don't want to do this. Now, this is a nuisance. This is an inconvenience in which, of course, 82 do not like anything and intervene and mess up stuff. Which is another way that proves to you the blessing is over. Those people cannot enjoy this thing the way that they used to. This stuff used to happen, but on a minimal level. But now this thing is like the apocalyptic level, man. It's just come back record-breaking. Everything is record-breaking. Record-breaking rain, record-breaking flood, record-breaking fire, record-breaking earthquake. That 7.81 that happened in the Philippines, which we're going to get there. One happened in Cuba. We felt here in Florida. Personally, I didn't feel it, but somewhere around Orlando and things like that and stuff like that. So we just show you like that time, son. Hey. She's done. I need go.
Lauderdale Beach uses beach raking too. There's careful attention to not disturb the turtle nest. Some of the seaweed is scooped up and sent to a park where it's allowed to decompose and become rich soil, saving the city $100,000 a year in dumping fees.
This is the finished product with the composted seaweed, and this is what it becomes. Good black dirt.
Still, the beaches are overwhelmed with seaweed. Gali Kutazova said she and her husband tried to swim and nearly got stuck.
Thinking about writing a letter to mayor because this is unacceptable.
Audrey Fezzik had this advice.
Why would you want to do this? Why would you go into this? What is it? Is it some kind of natural instinct kicking on you? Is that what that is? Did they let you people out of that farm? Is that what that is? Why would somebody just go into this thing and say, you know what, I'm going to take a nice bath? You know, this remind me of a certain condition I used to be in certain places in a rural area, and you know, before the morning they throw the food on the ground and that stuff. I'll go oink 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 and it. So I stuff like, why? What is this? Who is in the right freaking mind will say, you know what, this thing smell like hish. It smell like high heaven. I'm going to go in there and then, you know, taking and things like that. But nonetheless, beloved, let's keep watching this thing right there. Would you like to know who your guardian angel is? Would you like to know which day belongs to you? What color to wear on your day? What perfume or cologne to use? Would you like to know your metal, your house, your element, your flower, your birthstone, and your 5 days of miracles? Do you know your celestial family members? Do you know your opposite side, your shadow side? If you would like to perform your own spiritual background check, please buy our book on Amazon, the AK Family Handbook. Inside, you will find a step-by-step guide to discovering your spiritual powers. The link is in the description find your special abilities and nurture them. Great glory. Yes, indeed, you can get our books. It's not a regular book. It's just for background check. And if you are unable to do your own background check, you would like me, Big Levi, personally anointed to do this for you, I will do it for a very small fee. 2-3 years ago, a bunch of people did theirs. Right now, every single person that are watching this that have the book can tell you their guardian angel name. Okay? They know it, they know certain place, they know their color, they know their day, they know what they're supposed to do, they know their 5 days, they are moving on. They are starting to show themselves approved. All right, let's keep on moving with this thing.
Ice for beach goers.
If you are visiting and the beach is not to your liking, please try us again. Mother Nature is sometimes harsher than we would prefer.
Now, there is some benefit to burying the seaweed. It does lead to dune building. And also, we are told that it does provide some food for different sea life out there. But we're going to be living with this for some time. There is a lot of concern about how this is going to affect tourism with the World Cup coming, and people are complaining a lot online. But cities like Fort Lauderdale are just trying to keep up with it, putting those beach rakers out every day. Reporting on Fort Lauderdale Beach tonight, Joan Murray, CBS News, Miami.
And here's the thing, beloved. Notice that they never actually telling you what's causing this thing and where does it come from. They just say, oh, well, you know, it's just something from the ocean and things like that. Well, this, when you look at let's look at the seagrass. Seagrass. Okay, well, that's, when you look at the seagrass, they are at the bottom of the sea, okay? And if you see anything like that come to the surface, that means there must be a freaking pretty big animal moving, squatching her body or his body upon this thing, and that which caused this stuff to resurface. Okay, I'm assuming there is no wind underwater, but there must have been some kind of freaking strong force. A manatee, so to speak, one of my favorite animals. My daughter went to the elementary called the mascot was a manatee. They're gonna close down. Is that Fort Lauderdale Sea Fork Elementary? No, it's Sea Fork. Was it Sea Fork? I forgot the name. She went to that school. What? Norfolk? Oh, Norfolk, I believe. She went to it a while ago. They're closing down. Yeah, Norfolk. Okay, Norfolk. They got a manatee stuff, and a couple of years ago, they're gonna close down, right? Well, it was a magnet school. Closing down. Yeah, they closed that. They're going to close it down because there's not that much kid go to the school anymore. So yeah, many of the children, they move out of Florida because it's becoming too expensive to live in Fort Lauderdale. Super expensive, son. So a manatee, Florida manatee. There you go. Very peaceful, beautiful animal. They are protected species, and you should not touch them, you know, when you see a manatee. Like, this animal does not have they mostly live in the rivers, okay, not in the ocean. You might find some of them in the ocean, but they mostly stay in the rivers. Sometime, you know, they go back and forth, but they do not have the strength they eat grass, okay? Manatee feeding on grass. Okay, so they eat those seagrass or river grass and things like that. But you would have millions, literally billions of those things underwater to cause this. And they would have eat the grass, not let it coming over there. The sawgrass, whatever the name they call this thing, it must be some kind of huge animal. Giant sea monster. Giant sea monster. There you go. All right. It must be some kind of thing, you know. Some kind of giant animal. Okay, those things, Cthulhu, they're not here, you know, to the Leviathan. In our research, when you start with the book, the Leviathan book. There we go. This one. Is that the one by Lovecraft? No, Thomas Noble. Okay. The actual Leviathan. Okay, this is a perfect depiction of it. The face, and there is a part of it. It looked like a man. Okay, you see, this is how huge this thing is. This is a castle. Okay, you see how small this castle is, and this is this thing, and him. There's all sort of things going on over there. That's a picture of a 1651, which explained that he was a professor. Not in this book, you know. Don't go, you know, get book and stuff. Say Big Levi teaching you Hish. This is for the intra-templum or the people that are inside only. He was a professor at the Atlantean excuse me, Atlantean University. Okay, this thing is embedded with all the knowledge in the world. You watch the movie, the Avatar 2, where the guy said this being can speak all knowledge. I would track that this being can speak all languages, and it has knowledges and things beyond anything you can possibly imagine. They were making a reference to Metagwe, which is literally the Leviathan right there. So we do know those sea monsters. The word Leviathan means sea monsters. That's what they that's what they said. But in the word Leviathan, you see Levi and Nathan, and stuff like that. But it's a good book. 1651 was written, a good book. Most people, they will say, okay, well, it's like it's a fairy tale and stuff. Nah, a lot of those things are not fairy tale, and this thing is moving. Okay, this thing is moving. All the signs are there. All right, let's keep on moving to this thing. What do we have here?
Tonight, the violent shark attack caught on camera. A man spotted fighting for his life, blood in the water, and harrowing pleas for help. It happened at a naval facility in Panama City Monday morning.
Shark attack out at the Navy base.
Authorities say 2 staff members went for a swim in the nearby recreational marina when the shark struck, attacking one of the men, severely injuring both of his arms.
Have you got the person out of the water? No, the person I think is still in the water.
First responders rushing the man to a local hospital. A naval commander saying their actions were critical.
We continue to have the safety of all our personnel paramount in all of the operations that we do on board the base.
Look at it. Oh my gosh.
The attack comes during a string of similar shark sightings.
Oh my gosh.
From a nature trail in Brooklyn.
Wow, that's sick.
To a
and this is how the shark attacked them. They see a shark in the water, they want to go ahead and grab it and with this thing and then try to do whatever that is, man.
Fishermen hooking a great white in Nantucket.
Yeah.
Tonight, authorities say that naval staff member in Florida is now recovering from surgery. Steve Patterson, NBC News.
Wild beasts will be their grave, man, because this thing, this is like, you're seeing those things are becoming much more common now. Okay, people think, okay, well, Big Levi, shark always attack people and stuff like that. Not like that. Shark do not really attack people unless you provoke them or something in there. You freaking taunting them. We always thought like, oh, we're all human, we're all smarter than shark and things like that. Those things not only can understand your speech, they understand certain thoughts, certain things that you don't know, you can't see, you don't speak. How do you think those things navigated to the merciless sea? You think a stupid animal could survive in the sea? You as the most intelligent human being, barely can survive this animal. You barely can survive the sea. You know? There are certain thoughts, certain things you don't have. I learned, one of the master's, but he was an advanced student. He said the most peaceful animals are found in the sea. The most peaceful people that don't want any war or anything are found in the water. The undine are indeed the most peaceful. They are the most friendlier. The most most grudging one, the tricksters or the gnome. They live in the earth element. The most knowledgeable are the fire. The most shy, barely you can contact them, or the fairies or the sylph, like we would like to call them here. So those things, they actually do exist based on our studies. Some people will say, well, they don't exist because science don't say this, science say that. But when you do other things, you're like, this is it, man. That what I'm seeing here is fucking real. Yeah, my mind will tell me this is not real, but no, it is. It's very scary when you encounter those things for the first time because you don't know what they are. But eventually, it will settle with you.
Let's move on to the Dominican Republic for a moment, where 2 crew members unfortunately died this afternoon in an accident involving an aircraft that took off from Puerto Rico and which apparently encountered problems with one of its engines. The forced landing culminated in an explosion that was captured on video. In fact, former baseball player and Puerto Rican leader Yer Molina took to social media to send his condolences to the pilots' families, as he indicated that the jet was heading to Texas to look for him and his family and friends. We warn that the images may offend your sensibilities, so we suggest discretion.
Okay, the sister sent me this. Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay, look
God,
at this.
oh my God.
The GX model aircraft with registration number entry on AJF exploded on Sunday afternoon after crashing.
Okay, this thing and the airplane can't even take off anymore. Look at how this thing is struggling, beloved. Okay, look at the struggle. This thing is struggling. Look, it something pull it down. Okay.
God, oh my God.
The GX model aircraft with
the struggle. Things like that. And this thing is loaded with faces and stuff. There's like a dude, with the head sitting down. This is like one eye right there, one eye, and then the nose here and lips right there and sideburn. It felt like it just lay down on his back and he's looking straight at the sky. I don't know if you can see it, but Big Levi, I always see hish. There are plenty other things here. If you can see them, hey, make video and show it to the people. This look like some kind of pit bull face. The pit bull eye, ear here, another ear here, the face here, mouth here, some kind of bulldog or dog or things like that. This look like a cobra, like a cobra, giant cobra right there. You can see the cobra flap right there. And then this is the fang right here, eyes, cobra or whatever, and dude sitting on top of a cobra. But nonetheless, beloved, okay, this thing is everywhere, man. We told the people, this look like a dude burning in hell, like an actual human with black hair, red face, is burning in hell, screaming. Oh, I don't know, man. But anyway, so when we talk about the ley line and we tell the people, this hash is real, man. This thing is everywhere. People are dying. And folks are like, pilot error and stuff like that. Pilot error? The plane was on the ground. The plane was on the ground.
Your sensibilities, so we suggest discretion.
Okay, watch this, man. Look, the plane is on the ground. He tried to take off, he got pulled down.
God, oh my God.
The GX model aircraft with registration number entry on AJF exploded on Sunday afternoon after a crash.
Crazy, man. Another face right here, front head right there, nose, mouth like a clown. This looked like one of those offensive black images they used to draw with, white mouth or big red lips and things like that. The head, this looked like a freaking... the whole picture looked like a silverback gorilla with the head right there and a muscle gorilla pointing something right here, standing on his hind legs. things. This look like a line. All sort of things in here. Once your mind can see them, you can,
Well, returning to La Romana International Airport.
Okay, this is the airplane, okay, 318JF. All right, beloved. When you add the number together, you know what you will get. And the place, it's like this is a private jet. Beautiful, nice, well-maintained, and this thing happened.
From the Dominican Institute of Civil Aviation and the Aviation Accident Investigation Commission, ICATUDENTI-ZENEN, according to the preliminary report, an emergency had already been declared about 16 nautical miles southwest of La Romana.
The plane had taken off from here around 3 or 4 in the afternoon. It was headed to Texas during the trip to Romana, supposedly to get gas. They had a problem.
Hearing some colleagues on the radio, right?
And here's the thing. What was the problem? FAA going to investigate. Well, the FAA will investigate, and we find inside our investigation we need to hire more investigators so we can find what was the cause of the investigation in the first place. We will keep you updated. Yeah, whatever, man. Whatever you guys say, son. Like, yo, I mean, y'all niggas sitting here lying to the public and not telling them the truth. This issue is real, man. The ley line switch, the energy is out there.
Right now at 6:41, a devastating discovery. 10-year-old twin brothers are found dead inside of an apartment, and police tell Today in LA that their father is responsible. NBC4's Lauren Coronado is live in Canoga Park this morning, and Lauren, we are learning more about what was happening inside that apartment just moments before that gunfire erupted.
Adrian, good morning. We just learned this morning from the LAPD that a birthday party was happening at the time of this deadly shooting. And right now, hours later, you can still see police are outside the apartment complex. The entire community is still taped off with this yellow police tape here as the investigation continues. Now, police received calls about the shooting at this apartment complex here on Owensmouth Avenue around 7:15 Sunday night. According to the LAPD officers.
All right, well, let's take another break. Join our Patreon. Study to show thyself approved unto the Holy One.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
The Holy Spirit, our Mother herself, is in the midst of our class, teaching, showing, and reasoning with us. Come and study with us. Magic, psychology, technology, economy, art. Download our monthly Word of Power, secret and powerful prayers. Join today as a tier. Student, Gravis, and better yet, Intra Templum. We must not cast our pearls before swine. The link is in the description. Join us today. Great glory! Would you like to know who your guardian angel is? Would you like to know which day belongs to you? What color to wear on your day? What perfume or cologne to use? Would you like to know your metal, your house, your element, your flower, your birthstone, and your 5 days of miracles? Do you know your celestial family members? Do you know your opposite side, your shadow side? If you would like to perform your own spiritual background check, please buy our book on Amazon, the 8K Family Handbook. Inside, you will find a step-by-step guide to discovering your spiritual powers. The link is in the description. Find your special abilities and nurture them. Great glory! Happy Jubilee is our new album. It is available now on iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, and any streaming service. You can also watch the music video on our YouTube channel. The link is in the description, and the QR code is at the end of this video. Listen to music that raises your vibration, music in harmony with your peace, music that brings true happiness. The album is by your beloved brother Big Levi. Download it now. Let the music help you reach a higher vibration and a positive frequency. Great glory! All right. Guess I played the wrong one. I was supposed to play that thing one by one. But anyway. So now you got a 10-year-old dad. Something happened. Snap. Take out a 10-year-old boy and his twin. And 988. What is the cause of this? Why is it every single time these things is happening like non-stop? And folks do not address these things. They are addressing, well, you know, some common celebrities. There's a trial going on out there. This dude, that one thing, is going to jail for 35 years. We're going to address this because there's a race bait in there, you know, trying to draw you people in there so I can suck your energy. But something like that happened, pretty much nobody's talking about it. Only a few people that will point it out, the things out there say, well, there's a judgment out there, man. You know, this is a horrible things that happen here. Okay, what age is the boy? I'm assuming the twin is the same age too. Okay, so 10. Crazy.
Found 3 people inside the home dead with gunshot wounds. And new this morning, LAPD tells Today in LA the boys, like you mentioned, are twin brothers believed to have been 10 years old, shot and killed by their father. And police say the father died by suicide. I spoke with one neighbor who tells me she's still trying to process the tragic loss.
It's hard when it's in your own backyard, in your community.
This is the type of things people, I do not agree when people say this. Oh, well, this is in your own backyard and things like that. Because, of course, when hish like that happen in certain other people's backyard, like, hey, that hish shouldn't happen in my backyard. I don't give a crap. You know, let this hish happen in other people's backyard, you know. So, I don't give a fuck, man, you know. Stuff like that. But anyway, now it's happening in your own backyard. So, beloved, why is this happening again? Well, it's because of the, you know, the good books, Genesis 15, verse 13. And he said unto Abraham, now I know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in the land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. Yea, indeed, 1619, 2019, 400 years old from it. Anybody that is old enough to remember the 2020, which is not that long ago, 2020 doesn't feel like very long time. You can clearly remember the mask. You clearly remember the shenanigan, the tick they were telling people to put in their truck. And then, you know, after that, you can go back to work and do things. And when this thing happened, beloved, the world changed. Pretty much everything. A lot of people did not take the opportunity to change with the world. They were too busy getting involved with other things and they know it was changing. They were pretending that this isn't happening. Well, it's happening because of this, because now we are in Genesis 15, verse 14. And verse 14 said, this is the 10 plagues. Okay, we filter this all the time. This isn't just something we are doing now. If you go back, our channel go back since 2019 when we were doing this thing, 2020 and all the way up till these days. The message never changed. It just evolved. Okay, it just get better. It just more proof and more confirmations are happening every day. So with this thing happen over there in LA, is that what that is? Somewhere in California? I'm assuming. Is that what that is? Colorado? Let me see. But wherever this thing happened, it's been happening worldwide. Okay, there's something that happened in LA. A mother took out her daughter that was 6 days old. She was 6 days old. You know, she killed the mother, she killed the daughter, excuse me, I retract that. She took out the daughter, she took out the husband. Okay, mea culpa. All right, this thing is not only father doing them, mother's doing this. Okay, let me go ahead and finish with that, and then we're going to go ahead and do this.
Really difficult for all of us.
Yeah, and now we're working to find out who else was at that birthday party we were just talking about when the deadly shooting happened and whose birthday they may have been celebrating. And of course, what was the motive? All of that still under investigation. Back out here live, we're starting to see more resources arrive as well as police continue to collect evidence at this hour. Of course, we'll continue to keep you posted with all of the latest developments right here and on our NBCLA app as well. Reporting live here in Canoga Park, I'm Lauren Coronado for Today in LA.
All right, Lauren, thank you. And if you or someone you know or love needs help and it's not an emergency, please call the Suicide Prevention Lifeline. You can see the number right there.
Because of that, YouTube going to try to come after me because of the number. They say the name or word. Mother in LA or Los Angeles. Killed 6 days old daughter. Okay. All right. 2-year-old boy. Yes, that's the one. Is that this one? Yeah, that's the one.
New details this morning in that harrowing North Hills murder-suicide that claimed 4 lives, 2 of them children. Police now telling us a young boy was 2 years old and a little girl 6 days old.
Police now left to figure out what led up to this tragedy. Here's Eyewitness News reporter Carly Gomez.
Police wrapped up that investigation early this morning around 5:15. That's when they took down all of the crime tape, as well as seeing that emergency response team leaving the scene of this house early this morning. Now, we do know that this wasn't murder-suicide, and now we're learning a little more about the victims.
Are you family? Yes, but who are you? I'm cousin.
Family members devastated to learn of murder-suicide inside this home in North Hills.
Coming over here and realizing it might be a suicide, murder-suicide, it just breaks my heart. It's family, and it's a whole generation gone.
Okay, that's the husband. I believe that's the same dude in the beginning. Something is wrong with this cop. Let me hear what he said.
About the victims.
Are you family? Yes, but who are you? I'm cousin.
Okay, that's the husband. I think this cop tried to sound tough, or he has a certain mental. Well, I don't want to go there, but anyway, that's the husband.
Family members devastated.
Of the family member of the. That's, I believe he's the brother of the husband.
To learn of murder-suicide inside this home in North Hills.
Coming over here and realizing it might be a suicide, murder-suicide, it just breaks my heart. It's family, and it's a whole generation gone.
Okay, hey, man. A whole generation gone. The mother took out the brother, 2 years old, another 6-year-old girl, I retract that. A 6-day-old little girl, infant, a 2-year-old boy. She took the husband out and she took herself out. And nobody is saying, well, something is wrong here. A whole generation is gone. What could have possibly happened for this type of thing to happen? I understand that the mom was sick. She died. The little 6-day-old little girl was sick. She died. The little boy sick died. But they were taken out by the mother. What's happening here? Well, obviously the curses is indeed in the midst. A whole generation gone. Now, this mother and father, they will never be able to have children, and the children never be able to have kids. People are saying, oh, this is postmortem and stuff like that. A hell of a lot of these things are not postmortem. A hell of a lot of those things are actually vices. are actually envies and jealousies and not mental issues, just vice. People do this thing. I don't know who those people are. I don't know what. This is a horrible thing that happened, but that's the blessing is done. The thing is in the midst, man. People refuse to speak and talk about things like that and pretend it doesn't happen, but it is happening. Okay, people snap, man.
It's a whole generation gone.
LAPD and LA Fire
Okay, whoops. Okay, here's the number in there. Okay, it's been a while we haven't done numbers. They are there. It's just there are so many things. We enlarge it for the people to see. This is this number 9 plus 0. You know what to do. You know what it is. You know what it is equal to. Okay, it's everywhere, man. Take the entire family out.
Responded around 8 last night to calls of a shooting on Lauderdale Street. We're now learning a 6-day-old baby girl and a 2-year-old boy were among the dead. The medical examiner's office says a 31-year-old man and a woman in her 30s were also deceased. The woman is not being identified. All those in the report shared the same last name. Neighbors waking up this morning still shocked.
I couldn't believe that all this happened in my neighborhood. I mean, I don't know what went through that family to do that. It's really sad
It's like that used to happen in black neighborhoods.
to think that somebody would take their life and their kids.
Police are not releasing information about how the 4 people were connected. Residents saying they're taken aback as the neighborhood is always so quiet.
It's definitely somber to feel like it's kind of like a heavy energy, you could say, but I don't know what could drive somebody to do something like that.
Police do tell us they are not looking for any suspects. There's no word yet on what may have led up to the shooting.
We really need to hone in on our moms and even dads, just to make sure in the neighborhood, people that you know, that they're okay.
Then again, let's put a black woman there. Something has nothing to do with black folk. Those people, they don't even want to release the images, their name and stuff, but they will put this black woman in there and say, hey, say some hey Shabbat, we need to come together and you know, for the neighborhood and it's like that. We need to call our energy for horsemen. Come on, man. Say thoughts and prayer. You know, say this hey show. You know, okay, but that has nothing to do anyway, man. But if that's what you guys want to do, go ahead, do it.
You know,
Okay.
do they need any help? Do they need any assistance?
Do they ever ask when there is a gang shooting? Well, we need to talk to young black men. That brother just stopped this fellow. Was he going to something? We need to put things out there to ask this young brother and our young sisters, do they need help? Nope. When hits like that happen, they are animals. You know, they are 3/5 of us human beings. But when it happens to certain other people, well, they need benefits and assistance.
Good afternoon. I'm Tiffany Kenny. We enter our program to bring you some breaking news. We are getting reports of a magnitude 6.1 earthquake hitting off the coast of Cuba just a few moments ago after the island's national power grid collapsed. Now, nearly the entire country is without power, and we are getting reports that that shaking of the earthquake could be felt here in South Florida as well as in Orlando and Tampa. So far, we're not getting any reports of fatalities or significant damage. The Cuban ministry, saying that the failure affected the entire country, including Havana. The U.S. Embassy in Cuba has issued a security alert saying that no information was available on when power will be restored. But again, a 6.1 magnitude earthquake was felt off the coast of Cuba and then again felt in South Florida, Tampa, and Central Florida. We do have crews working on this story, and we will try to get as much information as we can, and we'll have the very latest for you starting at 4 o'clock on WPBF 25 News. Now back to your...
Central Floridians also able to breathe a little easier tonight after that earth.
Let me stop right there and play this right quick. Study to show thyself approved unto the Holy One.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
The Holy Spirit, our Mother herself, is in the midst of our class, teaching, showing, and reasoning with us. Come and study with us. Magic, psychology, technology, economy, art, Download our monthly Word of Power, secret and powerful prayers. Join today as a tier, student, gravis, and better yet, intra templum. We must not cast our pearls before swine. The link is in the description. Join us today. Great glory! Would you like to know who your guardian angel is? Would you like to know which day belongs to you? What color to wear on your day? What perfume or cologne to use? Would you like to know your metal, your house, your element, your flower, your birthstone, and your 5 days of miracles? Do you know your celestial family members? Do you know your opposite side, your shadow side? If you would like to perform your own spiritual background check, please buy our book on Amazon, the 8K Family Handbook. Inside, you will find a step-by-step guide to discovering your spiritual powers. The link is in the description. Find your special abilities and nurture them. Great glory! Happy Jubilee is our new album. It is available now on iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, and any streaming service. You can also watch the music video on our YouTube channel. The link is in the description, and the QR code is at the end of this video. Listen to music that raises your vibration, music in harmony with your peace, music that brings true happiness. The album is by your beloved brother Big Levi. Download it now. Let the music help you reach a higher vibration and a positive frequency. Great glory! Indeed, great glory. All right. Do the best that you can to study, to show that self-approve. And this earthquake in Florida, which they say here, Florida earthquake, largest in over 100 years. And people think this is something that will stop, or something that we did not, well, I don't want to say predict, prophesize. The word prophecy means to say before. All right. Plague number 5 and 9 right here. Okay. 5 and 10. I retract that. 5 and 10. Destruction by earthquake and the sword. You just witnessed the sword. A mother took her sons, daughters, and husband out. And thunder voices and destroying earthquakes. The Philippines, Florida, Cuba, pretty much worldwide. Japan the other day, Turkey and stuff. But, excuse me, people do not want to acknowledge these things, but they want to acknowledge data centers. They want to acknowledge AI, which is a magnificent, beautiful thing that happen, and our people should take full advantage of this thing. But they don't. Most people don't, at least. We still have the AI class for those of you that wish to know this thing. But nonetheless, let's keep on moving with this thing, okay?
Quake struck the region. Our newsroom flooded with calls and emails from people sharing their stories of the mid-afternoon jolt that was felt as far as Claremont and Winter Garden, Altamont Springs, even on the coast. Channel 9's Dave Jordan was on the story all day. And Dave, it's been quite an eventful afternoon, especially when none of us are expecting this.
Exactly, Greg. You know, tornadoes and hurricanes are synonymous with Florida. Earthquakes, not so much, which is why this was a pretty big surprise for people when the earth literally moved under their feet.
It's an earthquake. Earthquake. And you can feel it.
This Ring camera video captured the moment Ken Westmoreland realized he was in the middle of an earthquake. He and his wife in disbelief over the seismic activity that shook their winter garden home.
I felt a small tremor. I thought it might have been something on the highway, a big truck. So I kind of looked around, and a few minutes later, a larger tremor hit.
Westmoreland knew what it was almost immediately.
The second one I knew was an earthquake. We lived in Las Vegas, so we had been through a few, and it'll kind of throw you off a little bit, make you think you have vertigo.
Throughout the day, video poured into our newsroom from all over Central Florida from viewers who captured the quake in real time. Lazaro Martinez had no idea what happened until he logged on to social media.
I just opened Instagram and I just happened to see people were posting about this earthquake and that they felt it, and then I Googled it and I saw that it was happening.
The earthquake happened in Cuba where...
All right, that guy name is Lazarus or Lazaro. And here's the thing, beloved. This thing happened in Cuba. They felt it right here in Orlando, and it should be felt in Key West or in any part of the South if it was traveling like a wave. But it seems this thing curved like a curveball and go around there. Is that a warning? Is that a warning that those places are going to get hit with something equally as bad as an earthquake? Not quite sure.
Where Martinez's parents live, he tells us they woke up to the ground shaking, but they didn't know it was an earthquake until he told them.
We have access to information that they don't. So it's very beneficial that we can call them and let them know, hey, this is what's going on.
As for Westmoreland, he's just relieved that this is behind him.
Well, you know,
a lot of people...
This is behind you. This thing is on channel 9. 9 here, 9 below, 9 plus 9 equal 18, 8 plus 1, you're back to 9. You can't escape number 9. Okay, this hash is everywhere. And there's nothing they can do about it, beloved, okay? It's only going to increase. This is the strongest, largest, excuse me, I retract that, but I meant to say largest earthquake in over 100 years. And nobody find this an anomaly. Nobody's saying, something's going on here. But nonetheless, let's keep on moving. This is the one in the Philippines. 7.8. This is the Philippines. Well, 32 people were no more. Okay. Horrible So there's another video where they showed the children were at school when this thing happened. Terrifying, man. But it is judgment. It is because of what you folks did. Personally, I do not want to go into this back and forth trying to tell you people the passage of the good book where it says this, because whenever I do with great details, I always find some sick son of a bitch that will take what I said and then go out there, put their own spin onto it and say, hey, Jesus gave me this. while I was in a dream and I woke up, he was on top of me. So this kind of nonsense, I don't do it anymore. Okay, so let me keep on moving.
Developing tonight, 2 people are in the hospital after a small plane crashed south of the Kissimmee Airport. Good evening, everyone. I'm Hugh McCrae. Now, we first brought you this story as breaking news on Eyewitness News at 6 yesterday evening. Drone 9 was even flying over the scene to give us a better look at things. Channel 9's Nick Papantonis, he is live outside of the airport. And Nick, federal investigators are out there right now checking out the plane to figure out why it crashed.
Yeah, as firefighters are just telling us that the plane had some sort of fuel issue or fuel systems issue, which caused it to go down shortly after it took off from the runway here. I actually just talked to a pilot who spent 20 minutes circling overhead helping those first responders locate this plane, and he's getting some of the credit right now for helping to make sure these 2 survivors are still alive. A brush truck helping first responders navigate overgrown terrain as they work to rescue the pilot and passenger of a small plane that crashed in Kissimmee Saturday. A helicopter flying one of the 2 people in the plane away as an ambulance took the other to the hospital. Firefighters said both are middle-aged men, now in critical
condition. So this happened 3 days ago, June 7th, 2026, over here in Florida, in Kissimmee, which is way northern Florida. So what seems to be the issue? I don't report those things again, but they're still happening, okay? Let's double check. Fatal plane crash. Okay, well, let's say all right. Okay, this is the Dominican Republic. You'll find much of that because it's just happened. I think rings just show video. Ooh.
It's a mess. Stand by.
Are they breathing and talking? Hey! Have a seat. Have a seat, Mama. Have a seat. You're okay.
I forgot. When did this happen? 9 months ago? Probably made a huge trouble out of it, you know. Yeah, the trees actually saved them. All right, a month ago. Let's see if we can get the most recent. Okay, 2 days ago. That's the one in the Dominican Republic. There is one 18 hours ago. What else? This one was 2 months ago. This thing is literally happening, daily. Let's go ahead and see what we can get here. Man, YouTube need to do something better with the filter, man. Put the date in there where we can enter the date and find the videos, man. Let's go for this year. Oh boy. The whole thing that happened over there in India, they go too far. The one that happened in Kentucky, Maine, they don't give us the thing. Okay, there's another. Okay, that guy's talking about the one that happened in La Homa. Excuse me. All right. Okay, well, plane crash. Oh boy. No, not that. Train crash. Okay. Train crash. Okay, the train crash. They happen daily, man. The Bright Line accident. See if anything happened to Bright Line. The casualty of failing American industrial policy. Oh, I didn't say crash. Bright Line crash. 4 years ago, 6 months ago. Now, when you put the filter, let's say this month, if they have anything for this month. 2 weeks ago, family identified 2 people killed in West Palm Beach Bright Line train crash as memorial goes. Okay, that was 2 weeks ago. It's still happening. It's just like oh man, I don't want to get into this thing. And sometimes for your own sanity, you'd like, I don't see people was even making compilation of this thing. It happens so much. Let's keep on moving. Hang on. This is ABC 3230. So I'm not gonna go too much into this. North Alabama, flooding. It's everywhere. Video by Daniel 12-in-1 Harbin is everywhere. Okay, by ABC. I'm not too familiar with this news. I don't want them. Okay, this is in the Philippines. Can you imagine being in something like this? All right, listen.
Bantay mo, anak. Bantay mo diyan, eh. Lingkod lang, lingkod lang. Lingkod lang. Lingkod lang.
Stay calm, stay calm.
Lingkod lang.
Stay calm, stay calm.
Lingkod lang. Lingkod lang.
Well, I could have called on Jesus too. I'm not quite sure what they are saying. But nonetheless, beloved, this is the terrifying things that happen over there in the Philippines, okay?
Lingkod lang, lingkod lang.
Stay calm, stay calm.
Lingkod lang.
This is a horrible thing, man. And this thing is only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. All right? If this thing... if this was made out of blocks or bricks or concrete, this would have been something else. The lady just told them, get away from this thing. Come, quickly, come. All right? It could have killed them, so they quickly get out of this thing.
Lingkod lang, lingkod lang.
Okay, so this is I'm not doing this. This happened June 8th, 3 days ago. This is real. This is real. And people are like, oh well, it's the elite that have a machine that they are doing earthquake, so so they can go in the Philippines and build a data center. Yeah.
George Solis joins us now live, and George, this happened right after takeoff.
Yeah, that's right, Tom. Just moments after. And this was the horrifying scene on the runway there in the Dominican Republic. Aviation authorities there say the private jet attempted to land, crash, and then exploded into that ball of fire there, killing both of those pilots on board. Now, multiple angles captured this wreck, as well as first responders trying to douse the flames. Authorities there say the jet was really in the air only for a few minutes when the pilots on board declared an in-flight emergency. But what went wrong is still unclear. Now, former MLB star Yadier Molina posting on social media that the jet was actually en route to Texas to pick him and his family to Puerto Rico. Now, Molina also expressing his condolences on social media, calling it all just devastating. And tonight, local authorities there in the DR continue investigating the cause of this violent and tragic wreck.
We thank you for watching.
Watch this again, all right? Study to show thyself approved unto the Holy One.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
The Holy Spirit, our Mother herself, is in the midst of our class, teaching, showing, and reasoning with us. Come and study with us. Magic, psychology, technology, economy, art. Download our monthly Word of Power, secret and powerful prayers. Join today as a tier. Student. Gravis. And better yet, Intra Templum. We must not cast our pearls before swine. The link is in the description. Join us today. Great glory! Would you like to know who your guardian angel is? Would you like to know which day belongs to you? What color to wear on your day? What perfume or cologne to use? Would you like to know your metal, your house, your element, your flower, your birthstone, and your 5 days of miracles? Do you know your celestial family members? Do you know your opposite side, your shadow side? If you would like to perform your own spiritual background check, please buy our book on Amazon, the 8K Family Handbook. Inside, you will find a step-by-step guide to discovering your spiritual powers. The link is in the description. Find your special abilities and nurture them. Great glory! Happy Jubilee is our new album. It is available now on iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, and any streaming service. You can also watch the music video on our YouTube channel. The link is in the description, and the QR code is at the end of this video. Listen to music that raises your vibration, music in harmony with your peace, music that brings true happiness. The album is by your beloved brother Big Levi. Download it now. Let the music help you reach a higher vibration and a positive frequency. Great glory! All right then, so this thing that happened in the Dominican Republic, man, excuse me, it is a tragedy, and it's happening worldwide. Some people say, well, it's only in the US. Well, you just watch this. Private jet, 2 private pilot. It was supposed to pick up this fellow in Texas, blew up. So you tell me. All right, let's keep on moving. How long we are into this thing? Huh. All right. So we give a good 2 hours. Boy, it's 4:40 a.m. I need to go ahead and shower and go to sleep, man. Wait, did I write let not one day pass without reading a line? All right. Well, let's keep on moving. Okay, this is in Brazil. Is that what that is? No, wait, no, it's just not in Brazil. Horrifying moment, woman plummeted to manhole just weeks after fatal Manhattan things. I believe this is in, well, they say viral press Rio de Janeiro. I believe this is in Brazil. Something happened in Manhattan. This thing happened in Brazil. Okay, she got hurt pretty bad. That's not a manhole, that's a car. And that's why you have to pay attention to your surrounding, okay? She was on her phone, okay? She was not paying attention, and then this, happened. That's a horrible thing. The incident come after a grandmother plunged into an open manhole in Manhattan on May 18 and died from unimaginable painful injury. Oof, that's the woman that happened. Big lawsuit, man. This is in Manhattan. The woman died. Oh, she had 2 kids? Oh, she was not. Oh, she was a grandmother? Let me read this. Donika Gokaj of Briarcliff Manor. That sounds fancy. New York suffered burns that included inhalation, thermal injuries, along with blunt force trauma to her torso, all of which caused her death, the city's medical examiner found. So Boy, she fell into one of those steam. I'm assuming one of those heated manhole, and she got hurt pretty bad. She died. Freaky death, man. Freaky death. Okay. The ghastly combination of injuries is consistent with falling. Okay, all right. Well, we got the gist of it. So yeah, I wanted to cover that last week. I couldn't.
Good evening. I'm Tanya Rivero. Joe is off tonight. We begin with that stabbing rampage inside Penn Station this evening. Police say a homeless man stabbed 5 people before officers took him into custody. Eyewitness News reporter Lucy Yang is live outside Penn Station with what we know. Lucy.
Well, Tanya, what a harrowing and violent night here at Penn Station. 5 innocent victims left bloodied in a knife attack. It happened at 7 p.m. this evening. We have dramatic video to show you. Thankfully, help arrived quickly. This is the New Jersey Transit concourse area where riders wait for their trains. Tonight it looked more like a makeshift triage center after 5 innocent victims were viciously slashed. The fire department reports 1 suffered serious injuries, 2 moderate injuries, and 2 with minor injuries. All taken to Bellevue Hospital. All are expected to survive.
I got calls to start closing the station down. It was real bloody. There was a lot of blood on the floor. It's still over there. A lot of blood on the floor. The guy sitting on the floor. But the police handled it pretty quick.
2 of my colleagues, 2 Eyewitness News photographers, happened to be at Penn Station at the time and got video of the scene. Amtrak police quickly made an arrest. They are the lead agency here and described the attacker as homeless. And
here's another thing. People keep blaming this on homelessism or homelessness. That has nothing to do with homelessness or people that houseless, whatever you want to put this. Those are vices, demons. Those are people that do not have mental issue. People like to blame this. Well, he had a mental. No, man. That guy had the bloodlust. He wanted to murder and kill people. Schizophrenic. That's what they call in a lot of schizos out there, man. And there are certain things I talk about in our class, especially the class that we had yesterday, which was Wednesday, June 10th, 2026. We were studying as a man thinketh. If you go there, you watch that class, we speak about how this thing become an epidemic. All right. I have this around where I stay at, where people are out of their mind and they think that you say something about them. Because why? They have something in the system. And this type of thing happen because a lot of vices, backward thinking, negative thoughts, and shit like that happen.
This morning, the urgent manhunt after a mass shooting near a crowded summer festival in Ohio.
It sounds as if there's going to be multiple people shot.
Toledo police say what appeared to be a gunfight between at least 2 shooters left around a dozen injured in the crossfire Saturday evening.
We've got 2 patients. Anyone have any more?
Hundreds running for safety at the 53rd annual Old West End Festival in the city's historic district.
It happened very quickly, but it also stopped pretty quickly as there was a lot of officers that were right there.
Police officers seen applying medical aid to the injured awaiting EMS.
There was quite a few people that need help, and it's a crazy sight to see.
The victims ranging in age from just 14 years old to 61, mostly in their early 20s.
And this is the type of garbage that's going on out there, 2 gang Negro had some disagreement. And it always end up like, I gotta shoot you. Once more, beloved, please pray for the beloved brother Big Judah. He posted this 7 hours ago. That was on Thursday. Please send some prayers up for me and my family. I'm currently in the hospital. That's why you haven't heard from me in a couple of days. I ask for the prayers from our awakening family. Thank you and much love to all. Go ahead and pray for the brother. Send love, send your support, appreciation to the beloved brother out there. Okay? So, all right, I think that's the last one right here. Diddy faces new lawsuit accusing him of sexually assaulting child actor. You guys still about this nonsense. Drawing energy. Getting the foreigners out, mass protester, Zelle, Belfast, Northern Ireland. Okay, getting the foreigners out. Well, there's a reason why Northern Ireland, okay, there's a reason why they let them here, because you guys are not reproducing and the blessing is done. Tale Riley, songwriter for Dua Lipa, and Britney Spears dead at 35. Young men. After what? What happened? After fatal stabbing. Okay, fatal stabbing. What happened? He got stabbed, he died. Okay, he worked for Britney Spears and Dua Lipa. I have no idea what Dua Lipa is. Okay. We went to the storm. Oh, a lion? Oh, okay, a lion catch a leopard cubs. Usually the leopards are so fast. And they are very fast. By the time a lion are very heavy. Especially male lion. They are, powerful. But a leopard is much more agile and they are super fast and they can climb tree just like that. Central carriage horse is collapsed and died. The horse was old, overworked, just like everybody, and died. Okay, well, I didn't see the video where it went after that. I like watching this channel, latest sightings. Excuse me. All right. Okay, I think that's it. Yeah, well, all right, that's it. That's the thing. Father of family dies in shooting inside of bus. So, yeah. Okay, once more, beloved, keep the brother Big Judah in your prayers. Okay, let us close with the support right here. Oops. Study to show thyself approved unto the Holy One.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
The Holy Spirit, our Mother herself, is in the midst of our class, teaching, showing, and reasoning with us. Come and study with us. Magic, psychology, technology, economy, art. Download our monthly Word of Power, secret and powerful prayers. Join today as a tier. Student, Gravis, and better yet, Intra Templum. We must not cast our pearls before swine. The link is in the description. Join us today. Great glory! Would you like to know who your guardian angel is? Would you like to know which day belongs to you? What color to wear on your day? What perfume or cologne to use? Would you like to know your metal, your house, your element, your flower, your birthstone, and your 5 days of miracles? Do you know your celestial family members? Do you know your opposite side, your shadow side? If you would like to perform your own spiritual background check, please buy our book on Amazon, the 8K Family Handbook. Inside, you will find a step-by-step guide to discovering your spiritual powers. The link is in the description. Find your special abilities and nurture them. Great glory! Happy Jubilee is our new album. It is available now on iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, and any streaming service. You can also watch the music video on our YouTube channel. The link is in the description, and the QR code is at the end of this video. Listen to music that raises your vibration, music in harmony with your peace, music that brings true happiness. The album is by your beloved brother Big Levi. Download it now. Let the music help you reach a higher vibration and a positive frequency. Great glory!